Well, everyone, there are some Samsung phones in the year of 2025 that I probably would not really recommend buying anymore. Now, these are going to range, I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know this, but some of the worst Samsung phones that I would probably recommend not avoiding anymore, or not buying anymore, are basically any Samsung phones that are no longer getting software support. So when you think about this, think of Samsung phones like the Samsung Galaxy S7, Galaxy S8, Galaxy S9, even the Galaxy S20 at this point. These are phones that aren't really getting any more software updates, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to go ahead and go through and buy any of these devices anymore because they're already somewhat outdated. It does make a lot more sense to go and buy some of these devices that are still supported with software, that are still having some features ahead of them. That is kind of the big thing to keep in mind here. So me personally, I think that's the first step. Avoid buying those particular devices that are no longer supported with software. On top of that, I do think even some of these other phones that are kind of in this situation where they're still supported, but people didn't really like them and they had some weird issues, those are phones I probably would recommend people avoiding too. And these ones are the Samsung Galaxy S22 series. Now, the S22s were very interesting. They looked pretty good. They still performed very well in terms of the cameras, and the performance is decent. But the people really had some issues when it came down to actually the performance and the battery life. For me personally, my Galaxy S22's battery life has historically not been that great. From almost every single battery test I've ever done, this phone is almost always the first one to die, and even when compared to the Galaxy S24s, these things just didn't really do that well. So once again, you're going to be in this strange situation where if you go through and buy this type of device, you're just not really going to be getting that great of an experience. And I would honestly hate for you to go ahead and buy a device like this if you're already not going to be getting that great of an experience. So I do think the Galaxy S22s are also one of these types of devices that I probably wouldn't really recommend buying at this point either. Now, going one step further, I do think some of the FE phones that Samsung made probably aren't really worth buying anymore either. I think these include the first two generations of FE phones that Samsung made. These are the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE and the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. I don't think these phones are worth buying anymore, considering their counterparts have gotten so much cheaper, but they're also kind of done getting software support, so it also doesn't really make much sense to go and buy these phones from that particular standpoint either. So, in my opinion, those are basically the main devices that I probably would not really recommend buying from a Samsung side. So, from that side, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.